Are hitmen real? Yes. At the National Security Council, there is a committee that meets every Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock to draw up something called the kill list. They sit around a table and they make a list of all the people that they want to kill that week. And then they take it back to the CIA, which has a dedicated unit. I won't tell you the name, but it has a dedicated unit that takes receipt of the list. They say, okay, number 1. They drive to the airport, they get on the plane, they go out to that country, they kill the person, they come back, and then they go to number 2 on the list. That happens every single week. Now, we can have a conversation about whether that's right or whether it's wrong. It's certainly immoral. It's illegal, but it's been tasked by the president. At the same time, they will tell you there hasn't been another 9/11, has there? Maybe it's because we're out there killing people.
What kind of people would be on that list?
Oh, the most dangerous terrorists in the world. Or at least people that the CIA deems to be the most dangerous terrorists in the world.
You've seen some of the idiocy out there. Palm gun, exploding microphone, hand signals. It's like, it doesn't even have to be true, and it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. And so you're just using that First Amendment as a sword and not a shield. And we gotta step back at that and look at it. I was talking to you guys earlier, and I was like, at some point you put those people in the Wayback Machine. And the Wayback Machine is you take them to 1985. And when people said something that was untrue about you or your family, and they said something bad about you that other people heard, you split their lip.
There's a consequence.
An immediate consequence. Not a consequence that comes through a lawsuit 3.5 years later, an immediate consequence, so that a level of respect is gained. And then also, hey, if you do this again, I'll see you next time as well. And at some point, some people need to be put in the Wayback Machine.
Mm-hmm. Definitely not.
I mean, is it really idiocy? They have exploding mics. We know that.
The strange behavior of a woman during a press conference in the Oval Office of the White House has gone viral on social media, with many asking, who is she? It's Susan Dell, the wife of billionaire and Dell CEO Michael Dell. The couple recently donated more than $6 billion to fund American children.
To fund American children or to brainwash American children?
So did y'all know that the Jewish people have a special code on their food so that they know that it's free of all the bullshit that's in our food? Yeah. See this grape juice right here? This is one of the best grape juices on the market. And the way that you can find the foods that are specially designed just for them, it's this little U right here. Oh, you don't have to believe me. I know what I know, and I buy what I buy, and I buy what they buy. See that? No sugar, coloring, or flavoring added. It's their special little code so that they don't get sick from the things they feed us. Okay, love y'all, bye.
I believe this 100%. I know I've showed it in a clip before where they do, I think, specific Jewish Coca-Cola. Some of them will have like the yellow top, and that's how you know it's like kosher or whatever the fuck. But this is a thing, y'all.
But personally, I am just so sick and tired of these taxes.
Why do you always do this?
You know, every time you get a paycheck now, most of it goes straight to the government.
Hey, keep it down. You want somebody to hear you?
I'm just saying, I'm the one who's making the money, and I have no say-so.
You know what you're saying? Just calm down.
You want him to ruin your life?
They can do that, you know.
May he bless you and keep you. May he grant you peace. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you all for coming. I'll see you all next week, and please be careful going home. Thank you.
Excuse me. I can't seem to find these anywhere.
These books are no longer available.
I didn't know.
May I have your name, please?
Why?
Excuse me.
What did I do?
We just have a couple of questions.
Easy, easy.
Other things, and you saw.
Have they pulled the video? No. You are kidding me. Do you see what I see?
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, while we're on air, they have marked the video private.
Hey, chat, you guys say that you found it? You guys say that you found it on Apple Podcasts? What podcast am I looking up on Apple Podcasts? Do you guys see what's happening in the chat? Do you guys see what's happening in the chat right now? Everybody look in the chat. Those are all first-time Twitch chatters. We start playing it on Apple Podcasts, and then we start getting chat spammed by bots? Something is still going on in the chat right now, live on the stream. All from this, as he starts talking about Epstein and replacement theory, right? They may be trying to get my stream pulled for bots. They're trying to crash the server. That was some timing. I'm sure it's a coincidence. Pastor Rob McCoy has become a very suspicious figure in this case. And Candace has been digging a lot into him and his background, but so have a lot of other people. And Baron Coleman, who has been made famous for finding the Google search trend stuff, he started watching a whole bunch of Pastor Rob's sermons and realized that some really weird stuff got said. And he stumbled across one sermon in particular that was very interesting. And based on what happened, it getting taken down midstream, it seems significant. And so then when I went to go listen to it on Apple Podcasts, what happened to my stream seems even like to add to the significance. And so I felt like I wanted to give you the whole, like as much of the whole thing as possible, because I think that what's in this podcast is probably pretty important to listen to. And he says some very blasphemous stuff about the Bible and about Christianity. Here's what happened on my live stream today when I tried to listen to Rob McCoy's missing podcast.
Somebody tweeted Randy Fine a picture of a child, a baby in the rubble in Gaza, and said, "How can you live with yourself? How do you sleep?" Quote, "Quite well, actually. Thanks for the pic!" Exclamation point. This is a sitting Republican member of Congress. When that came out, I called the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, and said, "Well, this is the Republican Party. How can you allow this? How can you allow a member of Congress, a Republican, you're his overseer, you're the speaker, you're in charge of all the House Republicans. This is the Republican Party where we laugh at a picture of a dead baby because Randy Fine thinks that child is infected with unholy blood or she's not human, she's Amalek or something? This is insane. If this is what it means to support Israel, a lot of us are out.
This man smoked salvia and then lived life as a ceiling fan in a random bedroom. For what felt like 15 years, he spun above strangers, watching people live their lives. New tenants move in, old ones move out. He watched couples break up, children grow up, friends get drunk. He experienced every moment in real detail, but was powerless to do anything except rotate and watch. Then suddenly, with no warning, it was over. He came back to reality in his bedroom and realized only 10 minutes had passed.
One thing that I have noticed, though, about all these salvia trip reports is, like, it seems like they experience some sort of time dilation. I don't know if you guys remember the clip I posted of Ari Shafir talking about his salvia trip. He basically said he lived another life for, like, what, 8 months, 18 months, something like that, where he had, like, a life, a family. So it really does make you wonder what the hell salvia is making them experience.
Humans are the only species that will spray food with poison to stop other creatures from eating it and then go and eat it themselves.
The drawings of children from all around the world. Nothing about Israel. Nothing about our hostages. Look what they have. They don't recognize Israel. They promote hate in those drawings. That is shameful. This is part of the hypocrisy of the United Nations. I demand that the UN will remove this exhibit immediately and will stop with the hypocrisy.
The book burnings in Germany. What were they burning? Largely stuff about the debaucherous culture at the time, mostly focused around child trafficking, child brothels, mother-daughter brothels, stuff around transgenderism, stuff around, very crude, rudimentary surgeries to push forward this, like, quote-unquote transhumanism narrative that the Germans found abhorrent. They were not burning high-minded, intellectual, useful information. If they were, they would never have been able to almost take over all of Europe by themselves. And on top of that, no matter how you feel about German people, Germans are many things, but inefficient and stupid are not them. That is the farthest thing from their culture, as they are so efficient that they're not really funny. Like, even their jokes need to have some sort of efficiency to them. This is like a common trope with German people. They're just not that funny. They're too busy working and being efficient and being, thinkers. That's kind of what they do.
So it turns out that the Nazis were probably actually right about this, and I have more proof than I did before that the moon is a reflection of the Earth, and it shows all of our continents up there and it acts as a sort of map in the sky. And this is why the Germans in World War II were so interested in going to Antarctica, because they want to see what continents were past there. Because I heard Admiral Byrd say that when he flew over Antarctica, he saw a landmass as the size of America. So they wanted to go over there and check it out, and that's why there's so many German bases over in Antarctica. And this whole movement about this map has gone on for so long, and people have been researching it for so long, and they discovered that the sun takes a cycle of about 25,000 years. It goes around the entire moon, which is really just the Earth, and it warms up 1/4 of all the landmass that are frozen under the ice. And here's a more detailed view of that same moon map that you can see clearly that all these continents over here, that's ours. It's Africa, North America, Europe. They're all the same shape. And the reason why this region is all warm is because this is where the sun is. It's in this quarter of the moon map. But once you reach these other areas, it's all frozen because the sun doesn't even go over there. But if it did, all these places would be warmed up. And they were warmed up 25,000 years ago. And it's possible that's when the Lord of the Rings times were as well. And here's my extra proof compared to the last video I made. On May 3rd, 1964, a newspaper article was written about this because of all the research that had been going on post-World War II about what exactly the Germans had been doing in Antarctica.
Scientists in Germany have captured something incredible on camera for the first time ever. They recorded wild rats snatching bats straight out of the air in total darkness, an unbelievable hunting behavior no one had documented before. Since rats have poor eyesight, they rely on their highly sensitive whiskers to detect subtle changes in air pressure and movement, even the faint air currents from a bat's wings. Researchers believe this eerie adaptation is what allows them to hunt in complete darkness, and the finding may also help explain why bat-borne illnesses like coronaviruses are spilling over into rodent populations. Deep in the Guyanese rainforest, Kayatur Falls is nearly 4 times taller than Niagara. Its remote location means few people ever get to see it, and the surrounding cliffs host rare species found nowhere else on Earth. Beautiful, ain't it? NASA's New Horizons spacecraft captured this amazing footage of Pluto during its flyby in 2015, revealing frozen plains, towering ice mountains, and an unexpectedly active surface. The footage offered the first close-up look at Pluto in human history, and completely changed our understanding of the distant dwarf planet.
That video of the rainforest just reminded me, I bet you there's a bunch of hidden cool shit out there too.
Notice how there are no cables from here to here or here to here. You might ask, why is that important? Here's why. The reason you will never see these cables connected is because look how far the distance is from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, and the vast distance from 1 to 3. But Ryan, what about these cables here? Oh yeah, you mean the short distance right here? But you might ask yourself, Ryan, why is that important? Over 99% of the world's internet traffic, including international phone calls and data transfers, rely on cables. Not satellites, cables. Y'all, pull up any map of sea cables and you will see that none of these touch. Because we live on a flat, geocentric plane, just like the Word of God says. In Revelations 29, and they, talking about the angels, went up on the breadth of the earth. What is that? That is Strong's G4114. Breadth meaning plateaus, has a root word, breadth, suggesting great extent. Let's look up this root word plateaus. G4116. G4116 says plateaus, spread out flat. Spread out flat. The Bible is true and you have been deceived.
This is
I'm in one of the
important
most
to know.
dangerous places in the entire world. In fact, it's the most common place for women to go missing. It's the trek of Interstate 40, also known as I-40. I'm about to show y'all why it's so dangerous and why you should never pull over to help anybody on the side of the road or stop to ask if everything's okay. Right now, I'm on the side of the interstate, just like somebody else would do if they were posing that they needed help. I don't really need help. I'm just doing this for this video. But somebody who's a predator can pull over and pretend like they need some help, and look how dark it is right here. That's my headlights fully on. If you get drugged 20 feet off the road, you're in those woods right there. You know when the last time somebody's walked those woods is? The answer is probably never. That's government owned. No one goes in there. If your body goes in, no one's finding it. The FBI believes there's currently over 500 serial killers using I-40 as its hunting grounds. It's believed that over 100 of them are truck drivers. Truck drivers is believed to be the most common profession to house serial killers because of how long they're away from their families, how much of their time is unaccounted for, and how much they're on these easily accessible roads to be gone forever.
I'm a human and I can't stop watching things on my phone that make me sad, and I wonder why I have depression.
Oh, I'm a human and I disconnected myself from nature. Now I wonder why I have so much anxiety.
I'm a human and I can't stop voting for politicians that don't care about me.
Oh, I'm a human and anybody who has a different opinion than me is wrong and dumb and bad.
It's so true. It's
right?
Okay. I'm a human and I have really bad health problems, but I can't stop eating poison.
Oh, I'm a human, and I knowingly participate in a society that has stifled my creativity and instead values consumption and commercialism and consumerism over community, and I feel trapped, even though I know I'm trapped, but I just...
You're overheating! You're overheating!
Elle is actually the real villain in Stranger Things. It's not what you think though. Okay. Remember Will? In the very beginning of the season, he was the one taken by Vecna, taken into the Upside Down. Yeah. The theory's saying it was actually 11 that made Will get caught. Wait. It was her fault that Will got taken by Vecna, brought into the Upside Down. When Will was running away from the Demogorgon or Vecna, whoever, right? There's a scene where the door lock unlocks itself. Yeah. The director said in an interview that Demogorgons are not able to do that. Only things with psychic abilities. Right? Who's the only other psychic? Elle or Vecna, right? Now we know Vecna definitely took Will, but even in season 1, there was a very unspoken and unanswered reasoning why Elle already knew Will. Remember that one scene where Mike is showing a picture of his friends and it had Will and then and Lucas and everyone in the pic, and then Elle looks at the pic, and this is when she just meets Mike. She goes, Will. She knew who that was already.
You know Will? Did you see him? Last night?
The reason why? Elle was actually running from the Demogorgon or Vecna, and she unlocked the door to let the monster in to take Will instead of her. This theory makes sense because apparently she would have hid in the backyard shed, Will's backyard shed. Later in that season, they find out there's a sleeping bag in that shed. When Will runs to the shed, when he's running away from the Demogorgon, the light in there is already on. So Elle just made it so that Will would get caught and she could get away. Even in season 1, there's a scene of her saying, I opened it. I'm a monster.
I opened it. I'm the monster.
I never finished this show. There was just way too much going on.
What should we do with the homeless population?
Yeah, it's funny. I was just talking to my grandma about that for Thanksgiving. Yeah, look, if these crackheads are doing drugs, refusing to get help, being a nuisance, I think we should use them as test subjects, you know? Because quite frankly, right now, they're using innocent kids, they're experimenting on them, and I think that the crackheads who are refusing to get help are the perfect people to use as test experiments, you know? Give them to Musk, send them to Mars, send them to the Black Knight satellite, you know? That thing's been orbiting Earth for years, we don't know what the fuck it is. You know, worst comes worst, you know, an alien comes out and starts raping them.
What should we do with the homeless population?
I mean, bro does have a point. All the people that refuse treatment and don't want to get help should be definitely automatic test subjects, and prisoners too, I'm not gonna lie. Like those who have life sentences or death penalties, those should genuinely be test subjects, or be the people that are like sent to Mars, try to colonize it, you know? Because really, if they do, then that's a win. But if they don't, it's not really a loss either. But that's pretty weird conversation to be having with grandma over Thanksgiving.
Did you hear what happened at the parade this morning?
No.
They were getting ready for the parade, and they said an elephant got loose from the zoo. Yeah. And it went to the parade and trampled 3 people.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They said they looked like pancakes. It was just on the news this morning, 6 a.m. Yeah, pancakes they look like. The elephant that got loose was high on narcotics, they said. One of the zoo workers was giving it fentanyl. I can't make this shit up. I just saw it on the news this morning.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So now there's 3 flattened people at the. They're dead. They're gone.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. They had to get an army tank out to put the damn elephant down.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Remember Don Pollock?
Yeah.
That's my godfather. Yeah. He's the one that told me. He called me up. He said, Eddie, you're not going to believe this shit. Turn the TV on. I turned it on. Chopper 6 was flying around. One of the helicopter pilots.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. One of the co-pilots jumped out of the helicopter on top of the elephant to try. Yes.
Oh my God.
It was like a movie. It was like a Hollywood movie. I can't make this shit up. All right. Be careful if you go over there, okay?
Poor lady. She looks like she can't wait to get home and tell somebody.
You want to donate $1 to charity?
Okay.
Fuck yourself, jackass.
Are you kidding me?
Fuck you. You want to donate?
So it turns out that the Nazis got this right again. They knew what Hyperborea and Agartha actually was, and that's why they were so interested in building these flying saucers that could go and fly up north and make it past the atmospheric barrier that kept all these other regular wooden ships out of the floating city of in the sky, also called New Jerusalem and the land of Jesus. And this is why we see on the German flat earth map from World War II, their version of all the continents of Earth is a little bit different than what we see on the United Nations approved map of the Earth that we use. It shows other lands up north like Hyperborea with the land with 4 rivers in between it and divided into the 4 corners of the Earth. But we also see other lands in like the Pacific and Atlantic Ocean like Atlantis and Lemuria that no one even knows about because they're hidden from our maps. But this German map is actually a reflection of the moon, which I know we've already talked about before, but they believe that the moon acted as a reflection in the sky that showed all of the lands on Earth in a X-ray vision imprint on top of the moon.
I don't know if you guys are big gamers or not, but they actually made a game about this called BioShock Infinite. It was like a whole town, a whole religious town, like a whole city basically just floating on clouds in the sky. So that was pretty interesting.
Did you know that Pennywise's original form was actually a moose? Before humans even existed, Pennywise arrived on Earth in a meteor. The impact destroyed the meteor, which freed Pennywise from its prison. When the first tribe discovered Pennywise, the chief took a piece of that meteor and turned it into a weapon to protect his people. The first time Pennywise appeared as a living being, it was actually as a moose named Galoo. The tribe was able to keep Pennywise contained until the settlers came in and didn't listen. The settlers ignored the warning from the tribe and decided that they wanted to hunt in the western woods. And since Pennywise was actually in the western woods, he hunted all the settlers and ended up becoming even stronger. It was becoming strong enough in order to leave the woods that it was contained in. To protect her tribe, Nikani gathered a ton of more meteor fragments. These meteor fragments are like kryptonite to Pennywise. During Nikani's journey, it almost destroyed the entire tribe as they were trying to contain it. Those meteor fragments are exactly what the military is looking for in Derry, so that they can use Pennywise against the Russians in the Cold War.
This is their mummified great times 10 grandfather. You can see he was mummified with these necklaces on. There's 37 of them. They give him one every 10 years, so he's 370 years old. He was mummified by being placed in a cave with a fire and covered in pig's fat until it charred his whole body.
Look at him. He's all chipping away. So what, pieces of him just fall off as you guys carry him around? I'm not gonna lie, touching that with no gloves is pretty crazy.
Make my skin crawl and make me more uncomfortable than I've ever been just by watching a video. Okay, gasp for air, perfect. Okay, come out of that hole real quick and just act like everything's normal and fine. And then go in and sketch your hole real quick. Yeah, super sharp, you could bleed out at any moment. Hopefully there's an exit. You're truly cheating death. You're a cheater. Help this man. Okay, awesome. And you're totally fine. Can I see the smallest hole ever created in the world? Have your head pop out of it. Go down. Show me your fist. Like you're triumphantly stoked. And let's throw rocks at you as well. Let's like make your situation harder. Show me your foot. Yeah, I like that we're taunting you with rocks. Okay, final hole. Let's do like a sewage drainage ditch, something that no human being is ever supposed to go into. And bring your friend too. Put your friend in danger. Yeah, go through there. Yeah, nice little ass shot there. Very cool. What is the thrill? I don't understand. Perfect, we did it. Awesome. Get help.
That last one wasn't as bad as the rest of them. Somebody said, is this real?
The Imperial Treasury of Vienna attests that this is a real demon that has been trapped in glass since an exorcism that occurred in the 17th century. It is regarded as one of the few true evidences of a successful exorcism. It is described as a demon trapped in glass that was driven out during a possession and banished to this glass, and it is widely believed that the devil could take possession of a human body if released.
I think having something like this would just make for like a neat Halloween decoration.
Why are you doing bunny hops, Meek? Because you got your ass beat in tennis. You got your ass beat. Keep going. Count out loud. Count out loud. Huh?
6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42.
Keep going. Keep going.
7, 8, 9, 1, 2.
Keep going. Keep going. Don't cheat on your bunny hops. They suck. Your bunny hops suck.
These are those all-white party activities.
I never, those aren't the type of parties that I go to. I don't frequent those type of parties. And even if I go, like I said, been doing Diddy parties for 15 years, and I must say you never let me down, Puff. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Good times, people. I've never seen any of this. I'm like, when I hear about it, when did that happen?
Number 1, number 2. Number 1, number 2.
About the same. Number 1 might be a tiny bit better.
Number 3, number 4.
Number 3.
5 and 6. 5 and 6. About the same?
Yeah, they're pretty much... Can I see 5 one more time?
5 and 6.
Yeah, they're about the same.
When it's real, feeling's hard to conceal. Can't imagine.
Now that I think about it, Kai does mainly have like a gang of dudes on his stream rather than females.
This is my first time ever. Why don't they use the lie detector test on, like, in court?
If they use it in court, it would take away 90% of attorney's work. That's why.
Damn.
Morbid Facts, Part 780. In 1935, Ann Cooper Hewitt, daughter of wealthy inventor Peter Cooper Hewitt, checked into a San Francisco hospital for what she believed was a simple appendectomy, but woke up unknowingly sterilized. Her own mother had secretly convinced the surgeons to tie her fallopian tubes while she was under anesthesia. The motive was pure greed. Ann's father's will stated that if she ever had children, she would inherit millions. But if she died childless, her fortune would revert to her mother. To secure the money, her mother permanently destroyed her ability to have children, then tried to justify it by calling Ann mentally unfit and promiscuous. Ann later sued in one of the most shocking court cases of the 1930s, but despite national outrage, the criminal charges were quietly dropped, the case was settled in private, and Ann's mother never spent a single day in prison. For the rest of her life, Ann struggled deeply with depression and died at just 40 years old, while her mother outlived her by more than a decade and died comfortably in 1969.
Money does make people do some pretty crazy things.
Oh, then the side, every now and then.
Job dick.
Kita $1 million.
Basta kami pagkatay. Hindi ka na pagkatay.
I feel like they're trying to get used to living in the tunnels and just like being down there. So whenever they do take us out, that's where they're going to live eventually anyways, is underground. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching with that one, but these people are doing some pretty crazy things and I wouldn't put anything past them. Alright guys, I'm going to go and end this video right here. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know by leaving a thumbs up and or subscribing if you guys are new. When you guys are seeing this video today, I already have the next video I'm working on already halfway done. So if we get this video up to 200 likes, I'll go ahead and post that one ASAP. Anyways, I appreciate every single one of you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one.